Good morning, this is Kellaland on the Go. With all you need to know news and weather as you start your day.
The Custer County Search and Rescue Team saved a hiker who became weak and couldn't move in Custer State Park Sunday afternoon. Authorities
were able to reach the hiker who was responsive but unable to walk without falling. First responders suspected the person was dehydrated and administered fluids before going onto an ambulance.
Custer County officials are reminding visitors to pack plenty of water and snacks, wear proper shoes, and let people know where they are and when they expect to return.
If you lose service and can't call for help, some newer phones have a built-in emergency SOS system that works via satellite.
Hundreds of people visited the South Dakota Battleship Memorial over the Memorial Day holiday weekend.
The memorial features an actual-size replica of one of the most highly decorated battleships of World War II. Dozens of flags lined the battleship on Monday, wrapping up a strong weekend turnout of visitors.
We like to get up around 500. During the summer months, we get 10,000. Usually, not 50 states. Usually, it's about 48 states in about 20 countries.
Battleship Memorial visitors say it was important to visit the site on Memorial Day to reflect upon the sacrifices made by members of the military who are no longer with us.
Among the people on hand for the Murph Challenge on the morning of Memorial Day in Sioux Falls was Marine Corps veteran Heather Borman.
If people decided to do the full Murph, they were going for a 1-mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then one more 1-mile run. Some participants even wear a weighted vest.
The challenge is in honor of Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy, a Navy SEAL who died in 2005 in Afghanistan.
We remember those who have fought and died for our country, and just to come together, just as military, you're a family, and we all come together and we do this event, and it's just for a great cause.
Borman did 2 tours in Iraq. She served in the Marine Corps from 2003 to 2007.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. We are following a hot day today with temperatures able to reach the 90s in many locations. We'll also keep an eye on some of those record books, too, as there is a chance that we can set a record in Huron and Chamberlain. We may tie a record in Watertown, the high at 91. Also watching for developing thunderstorms, maybe late this afternoon and evening in northeastern South Dakota. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, now goes by a new name.
Polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, or PMOS, focuses more on the metabolic side of the disorder instead of just the ovaries.
While previous treatment of PCOS included different methods to control blood sugar, the new definition may also open the door for other treatments.
Metformin was used, and then also birth control so that we could manage hormones. So now, being able to look at it as a more metabolic endocrine state, we can look at different options like GLP-1 use, even microdosing of the GLP-1 to be able to bring down that inflammation and better control insulin and blood sugar levels, as well as natural herbal remedies like berberine and myo-inositol.
Around 70% of PCOS cases go undiagnosed, with around 1 in 10 women having the disorder.
A beloved steakhouse in Mitchell is being reincarnated 3 years after its doors closed.
Chef Louis' Steakhouse, part of the community from the 1940s to 2022, is returning. This time, though, it'll be on the northwest part of town.
It's an institution in Mitchell, and so a lot of businesses have an interesting startup. This hits the ground with a big following, and so it's a great restaurant to be here.
The hope is that Chef Louis will be ready to serve customers once again in January. It'll be located near the Ace Hardware, just west of the intersection of the Highway 37 bypass and West 15th Street.
The celebration skated late into the night in Sioux Falls as the Stampede fans welcomed home their champions.
The herd arrived back at the Shields Iceplex around 11:30 Sunday night, just over 24 hours after claiming the 2026 Clark Cup title. Sioux Falls defeated reigning champion Muskegon 4-3 in a double overtime instant classic Saturday night.
The championship marks the 4th Clark Cup in team history. If you missed out on Sunday night's return, the team also planning an end-of-year celebration tonight from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Birdcage.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check on your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather picture today, a hot one out there, low 90s in Sioux Falls this afternoon, mostly sunny. We have a couple of hits of rain around to start the day, but overall, most of us are just going to be dry. We've had a couple of showers near Mitchell, but even there, temperatures have shot up into the low 80s to start the morning. So we're not going to waste time heating up. I expect a lot of 90s west of Sioux Falls. Ultimately here too, it looks like if we do see some scattered rain popping up, looks like western Minnesota would be the better chance of that. Tomorrow, is it possible to catch another thunderstorm later in the day? Yeah, it is possible here from Aberdeen to Sioux Falls. But I would, again, advertise the heat of the day is probably the primary story here. And it does look like temperatures will begin to cool down a little bit toward the end of the week. Hopefully some rain chances will move back into western South Dakota, but that is an evolving process. It's not going to happen right away, and it's also not necessarily going to involve Sioux Falls or our eastern counties just yet. It's a 20% chance of rain Saturday or Sunday. But at this point, I would say much better chance of the Black Hills or even farther south into western Nebraska, western Kansas. So at least some areas that could use the rain. There's some good news, at least in that front. We've got Aberdeen here, dry though, beyond what we get isolated rain today and tomorrow. But I would say for the weekend, still in the 80s for highs. So it's going to be above the climate normals for this time of the year. Pierre and Rapid City will also be plenty warm with highs into the 80s as we end the week. More coverage at KELOLAND.com.